going there today, everybody? This is Michael out in Maui. Aloha. So if you've been enjoying all the content I've been putting out, I recommend subscribing to the channel. By subscribing, you'll be notified every single time I put out a new video. At the moment, I'm putting out 3 videos a week, straight throwing tutorials. So today I want to talk about a message I had gotten, or a comment, and the guy was saying that he was having trouble throwing because he's thinking of everything, before he throws. He's thinking, head on top, step out on a stagger, bend your shoulders, arms up. So he's running everything through his head, and then he throws a bad shot. So when you're playing disc golf, a lot of times the throw is not perfect. There's too many variables. Are you throwing off a downhill slope, uphill slope, side slope? Is the ground muddy? Is the tee off pad short? There's a lot of variables that come in, to throwing the disc. So a lot of times you'll throw the disc, from an awkward, maybe you didn't get everything correct, You came up, something went wrong. So when you're throwing the disc, you don't correct your throw before you've thrown the disc. You correct your throw after you've thrown your disc. So what does that mean? It means if I run up and throw my disc and maybe my legs are too straight, maybe I threw standing up too much, I throw the disc, I watch the disc. If the disc goes where I want it to go, I'm not really analyzing anything. It went where I want it to go. It might not have gone as far as it could have gone, but I'm out in the fairway. I'm out there. I'm not going to contemplate anything, Like I said, I ran up and, my front leg was too straight. It doesn't matter. The disc is where, in the fairway. But if I run up and I have, I run up, I throw everything really nice, and I'm looking at my disc and it's flying away from me, and I can read the top plate as it's flying away from me. Or if I throw my disc and I open my shoulders and I grip lock it to the right, well, those shots aren't necessarily going where you want it to go. So I'm going to analyze those throws. I'm just going to analyze the problems, not if it happens to land straight. Because there's just too much going on to have to try to always figure out stuff. So on a grip lock, if I throw it off the course, in my head, I'm going to run through what causes a grip lock. So the next time I throw the disc, I would have thought about, okay, I'm standing up too straight, shoulders open flat. I got to make sure I throw with my head on top. But I'm not going to try to correct this stuff while I'm on the Teapad throwing. You just have to ponder it while you're walking. When you get to the Teapad, you just throw. You can analyze anything after you throw the disc, think of what you might need to change, but when you get back on the Teapad, you just got to be able to fire. You can't be thinking, what you got to correct on the Teapad. Because there's, like I said, it's just too nerve-wracking. There's too many things. You need to just learn how to correct as you go. And like I said, I mean, if it lands somewhere and you're like, hey, I can play that, just, hey, it worked. Like I said, throwing the disc, there's so many times that you might be off balance, something wasn't correct, but you can't keep trying to analyze because it could have been, like you said, the ground that caused it, not you, Like if your foot slips in wet grass, that's nothing to do with you. But now you're sitting there trying to analyze, well, why did I slip? I mean, you just got to be able to, like I said, you get up, throw the disc, analyze any major problem. Next time you throw, you should have thought of it, and then it's just come up and throw. Because like I said, it's just too difficult to think of all that little stuff when you're actually on the Teapad. So on the Teapad, grip it and rip it, and if it doesn't go where you want it to go, analyze it as you walk to the disc. Next time you throw, you should have already thought about it, then throw. So anyways, this is Michael in Maui. Aloha.